Hey there, Coxy here, and in this video I'm going to share something that really pisses me off. And no, it's not my new haircut. It's not that good, is it? No, I think it's alright. What do you think? Should I keep it like this? Or should I stick with the usual one like in previous videos? Leave a comment below of which haircut I should stick with. But anyway, all jokes aside, this is about when a country or country's people takes over a city or a region or another country. I just don't like it at all. And in this case, I'm talking about China taking over, or Chinese people taking over Vientiane, and a bigger picture, China taking over Laos, which is a different story. It's a bigger picture, but there's a railway being built linking China and Laos, which will flood Chinese people all into Laos, and Laos will be in debt to China probably forever, something like that. So they're holding them hostage or captive, basically. But that's my opinion, and what's going on in the bigger picture. That's not this video. So a bit of a background. I've been to Laos 2011, 2013, 2014, 2019, 4 times. 2014 I saw this construction being built on the east side of the Mekong. So if you look at the map, follow the Mekong away from the night market or to the east, still on the Laos side obviously, and there was a big construction going on there. And last year, 2019, it had finally been finished, so I went to check it out, and I'll show you the clip. I did some video of that, so I'll show you that clip.
So last time I was here, 2014, all this was under construction. I thought it was a shopping mall. Looks like housing or offices. Looks like there's some shops or restaurants or bars or something down the end. So I'll have a look and see what this is. Okay, so the front says Lao Chengdu, China. Chinese food, hot pot, music bar. So obviously a project done by the Chinese. It's a big project. So there's Lao Chengdu, China, which I guess is a big restaurant just there. And then there's some other things here. So there's the Lao Chengdu. Now this is Vientiane New World, whatever that is. And then there's a import, export and massage. It's a bit weird. Food, gelato. There's a bit more. That's the import-export. Here's Jojo Gelato, and here is Solo Luxury, and at the top is Famoso Bar and Restaurant. I think it's all Chinese writing everywhere, so Chinese Liaoning Dumpling Restaurant, so from Liaoning, China. So it's all China influenced. For me, I'm not going to go anywhere here to buy or pay my money. I'd rather go to a Lao restaurant, bar, massage, whatever, and support the Lao people, not the Chinese people. You know, the rich Chinese people who built all this. I'd rather support the Lao people who are just trying to survive. So I will never be going here to spend money. And I don't know, a personal opinion, I just hope no one does.
Basically, it's just a lot of businesses, a lot of buildings, a lot of businesses, all with Chinese writing. So it's all focused and targeting China, Chinese people. My brother went to Laos 1 year before or 2 years before, and he said he went down there and the construction workers were all Chinese. So they weren't even, so it was a project run by China. Obviously Laos allow them to, and we're getting into politics, forget that sort of side of things, but you know, obviously they didn't even allow Lao people to be employed to help build it. It was all Chinese people. So you'll see all the businesses there, all Chinese writing and so on, and there's more and more businesses and buildings that are run by China or Chinese people, Chinese businesses. One in particular was, there's 3 buildings, and I'll show you the clip. The one on the left is a new apartment building. I think they're apartments, housing anyway. The middle one is a bar. It's on the 4th level, I think it is. Bar Bopanyang, which was the absolute best place in Vientiane to view the Mekong River sunsets. It's the highest place on the sunset area. You get a clear view of the sunset coming over the Mekong River. It was really awesome. Plus you get the breeze, because it's wide open, you get the breeze from the Mekong coming up, cooling you down. So it was absolutely perfect. So they've built that. How did they build it? Or where did they build it? One level higher than Bar Bopanyang. So I've got a photo you'll see here. Basically the top level, the room at the top level, blocks off the view and the wind or the breeze from the Mekong. So why would you do that? There's only, I guess, a couple of reasons why you would do that. One, to destroy the business, which they're doing. It has killed the business. Not entirely, but close enough. Because now it's not enjoyable. It's not the place to go for sunsets now. And you don't get that breeze anymore. So it's really hurt the business a lot. And two, which I think is the case, and I'll get back to this soon, because on the other side of Bar Bopanyang, it used to be a hotel. I used to stay there every time I went to Laos, Vientiane, Intercity Hotel. It's been sold and it's being built into apartments, luxury apartments run by Chinese corporations. So China have, I believe, I haven't asked this question, but I believe China have built that apartment building on the left of Bar Bopanyang. They're already they've taken over and they're building up luxury apartments on the other side of Bar Bopanyang. So the other reason why you would do that is to take over Bar Bopanyang, because it was one of the most successful businesses on the Mekong for bars and sunset views and all that sort of stuff. So I think step one is building the apartment, step two is making luxury apartments, and step three is to buy that business or take over that business, kill it, and then take it over, which looks like it's happening that way, which really annoys me. And before you say, oh, he's racist, it's because it's China or whatever, I hate any people doing that. The one thing I really hate about Bali, the one thing I don't like about Bali is my own people. Too many Australians. If I travel to Bali, I feel like I'm in Australia. I don't like that. If I go to Laos or Indonesia, I want to experience Laos or Indonesia, not Australia. So it's nothing about me against China. It's just I don't like when countries do this. In this case, we're talking about China. So then you see advertisement, and I'll show you the photo, spray painted onto the footpath, advertising those luxury apartments next to Bar Bopanyang on the footpath in Chinese. It's disgusting. Absolutely no respect for the locals, the culture. I was sitting on the Mekong having dinner with a friend, and walking across is a Chinese guy, overweight, had his shirt up, his big belly, so his top is basically just around here, and he's just walking along. Absolute no respect. Now again, I'm not picking on him because he's from China. I saw the same thing with foreigners, and I don't know what country they're from, either Europe or even Australia, let's say, white people, in Vientiane back in 2011. All they were doing, a guy and a girl walking down on the road in bikini and board shorts, nothing else, with a big bottle of beer lao, both of them, drunk, going like this, thinking they were king shit. I was embarrassed to be a tourist then, and that could have been my own people. So it's not about China or Chinese people. It's just, I don't like it when this happens, even my own people. So you have massive changes, very quick changes in Vientiane now. Buildings and businesses coming up along the Mekong, prime real estate in Vientiane, all with Chinese writing. There's Chengdu, there's Liaoning, a few different regions of China popping up. Then you have a lot more Chinese people because of these businesses. Spray painting advertisement on the pavement. It's just, I don't like it at all. So my goal was to go to Laos again before this had finished, because the railway is the link between Kunming, China, all the way to Vientiane. Scheduled to be finished and reopen or open the end of this year, 2020, or the start of next year, 2021. And from there, it's just going to be a massive influx of Chinese people flowing into China. And I have nothing against loads of tourists coming to any country. That's normal, that's tourism, that's fine. But when they're taking over, I really don't like that. So this is my rant, and I guess my warning, saying, look, Vientiane and Laos is going to change very quickly. If you want to see Laos or Vientiane as real Vientiane, real Laos, you better hurry up, because soon it'll look more like China than Vientiane. There's a lot more businesses with Chinese writing everywhere. They're employing Chinese staff more so than Laos, and that's what bugs me the most. Is Laos is, a poor country. It's not economically strong. The people they've got small wages, low income. As more and more of these Chinese people take over, more and more Lao people or local people lose their jobs. What are they going to do? That's what annoys me the most, affecting the people who need it the most and who leave, it's their country, and they're going to miss out. So I will not be supporting any of these Chinese run or owned businesses in Vientiane or Laos. I will only be going to places where it's run or owned by China. I will only be going to those run or owned by Laos, not China. And I strongly suggest all of you, if you go to Vientiane or Laos, avoid the Chinese ones. It's my opinion, but I don't support that sort of thing. So I will not be giving them a cent as much as I can help it. Bar Borpanyang might keep going, but might go exactly as normal, and yet it's changed hands to a Chinese owner. I don't know. I support it, but as soon as I know, I'm out. That's my favorite place in Vientiane, and if I find out it's run or owned by Chinese, I'm out. I'll find someone else. But that's basically my rant. So yeah, I don't know, give me your opinions or thoughts in the comments. What do you think about people from a country taking over another region, like Australians in Bali? It's more like Australia than Bali in many parts, like Kuta Legian. There's other parts in the world like that. Niseko in Japan, the ski area, that's taken over by Australians. So it's not about China. It's about countries taking over others. So yeah, tell me your thoughts on this. But yeah, when I saw it last year, I was very pissed off, really. I was really annoyed and angry. And I asked some of my local friends what they thought, and they're sort of saying, well, what can we do? And I agree. I think the Lao government, and again, I don't know, have just seen small-term profits and not thought of the long-term consequences. I think it's going to hurt Laos long-term. I think they're going to be in debt to China for at least the rest of my life, if not forever. But maybe being a small, poorer country, they're desperate enough to do that. But yeah, I don't like it. Don't like it at all. But anyway, that's my rant. This video is getting too long, so leave your comments. What do you think about this sort of thing? And I'll speak with you next time.